Hello everybody, and welcome to Drawing Night. We're just gonna be doing some sketching, I think. I'm gonna get my drawing tablet in a comfortable position. Yeah, Let's see about us drawing a circle. Let's just see about that. You always know in a drawing session how good things are going to be going when you draw a circle. That's a bit lumpy. Looks more like a square. That's fine. Adjust the levels real quick. Go. That's a nice simple doggo. Well, we'll go back to some working. Let me grab. We do not want that color. There we go. that quite works, but we'll work at it. We'll do some work on it. Hello, Kazaki. Yeah, hello, hello. Let us... We'll do that. Now we want that to come to a bit of a sharper angle there. There we go. We'll work at some of the proportions as we go. There we go. Let's lower that a bit. Gimp? Never heard of her. It's oh, whoops. Let me do that. Because I, for some reason, had the playlist wrong. There we go. Try a different program. Yeah, I mean, that is just how it is for some people. Granted, it is always good to sit down and, like, learn a different program, though. I always tell myself I'll finally pick up, like, Clip Studio or something and end up not. But I probably should at some point. I just don't like... I don't want to fork over the money, is really what it is. Try to get this nose a bit more into perspective, just a little bit. The muzzle probably needs to be reworked, but that's fine. The Simpsons? I've never really interacted with The Simpsons. Hello, Maidenish. Just bought Resident Evil 4 Remake. I've never touched the remake. I've only ever played the original. 'Cause I'm a boomer. If I was to rate my favorite Resident Evil game, what would it be? Oh god. I do really like Resident Evil 4, like the original. But I'm also a big fan of Revelations 2. kind of like those installments. I didn't really like the first Revelations game that much. Revelations 2, though, that one's one that I really enjoyed. I think Revelations... I think I'm so positive on Revelations 2 because it was the last Resident Evil game I liked. That was like the last positive memory I have of the Resident Evil franchise. Oh, Aggie. Same here. Damn. Unfortunate. You hate to see it. I feel like a lot of those franchises were unable to continue without alienating a lot of the older fans. Like, they weren't able to keep... I don't mean like that. How do I want to phrase that? Without keeping, like, the identity. There we go. The identity of that franchise while moving forward. Like, it seems like a lot of franchises are having a real rough time transitioning into the modern era again. I feel like this happens every, like, decade. Because Resident Evil had a bit of a tough time there for a bit before Resident Evil 4. Hey, is she here? Let's see here. I don't know. Like, for me, I wanted Resident Evil not to just stay survival horror, but I need the B-movie camp. That's for me. Like, I love Resident Evils 2, 3, and 4. Because it just even 5 is pretty good. 6 has a lot of fun. When the tank bursts into the mansion and starts trying to run you over, that's how you know you're playing Resident Evil. Like, I need that. I need that camp. Over here. Hurry! Sheva! Like, that's what I need. Like, when RE7 came out, it just felt wrong. It's not that I think that that, like, RE7 is a bad game, but it just didn't feel right with the name. Like, if that game wasn't called Resident Evil, I would love it, but it's called Resident Evil, so I have to, like, cope with that a bit, right? Sorry, I'm trying to reformat this fuzz. There we go. The bus crashed. Yeah. The umbrella bleed out. Oh, legendary. You could always call it Biohazard. Look, I think it would be great if we could, like, synchronize those names. But that's not happening anymore. Very tragically. Like, I'm already fearing for... Look, okay, so there's a game release happening on Friday that I'll probably stream, even though, like, no one cares about this franchise. People are gonna be upset that I say that. But, like, you know, the new Digimon game comes out on Friday. And I kind of... The headache that is Digimon for me is a true trial in terms of, like, can we please synchronize with the Japanese? Like, can it just be streamlined across all regions? Cause, like, it's such a struggle. Cause I feel like been playing Digimon Story since Redigitized. Yo, pretty good. Wish I got to play Redigitized. I did not get that in my region. That would be too easy. Oh my god. Because, like, you know, I live in Burgerland, so I'm stuck with people that, like, have only consumed, like, the English dub for Digimon, and that sucks. Like... Yeah, to patch it. Yeah, it's fair. Like, I remember when that patch came out for the English translation. Cause bro, it fucking sucks. Like, the arguments you'll have with people, and then you realize, oh, they watched that anime dubbed, or oh, they played that game's, like, really bad English, like, AI translation, like Cyber Sleuth. A game I, like, can't play because I really hate that it's machine translated and you can tell. Or, like, chunks of it are machine translated. That, and they didn't have a consistent Bible for how they would localize certain things. So you have Digimon in some cutscenes being... Like, they'll use the Japanese names in some cutscenes, and the English names in other cutscenes. And boy, like, I remember having to turn off the game for a bit, because I got so annoyed that you have a cutscene in which a Digimon introduces themselves as Lord Nightmon, and then they fly off. And then you get a mission objective to hunt down Crusadermon. And I'm like, please, for the love of God, just choose a name. Like, don't use both. Like in all of the in-game text, for, like, menus and stuff, they will use Crusadermon, but in cutscenes and in dialogue, they'll say Lord Nightmon, and I'm like, why? Why is it like this? Why? It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that that franchise is in that predicament. The game, you mean? Yeah, but, like, that's... SAO just doesn't have the budget for that. Like, I am amazed we're getting English for that Bakemon. Oh my god. That isn't a Digimon. Yeah, you can tell that they were, like... That's how you can tell they kind of machine translated it, where they typed in, like, oh, Bakemon is a Digimon name. So every instance of... Oh god, it's the worst. It's the worst. I feel like... Is Cleaner in sub? No, Taichi has always been a real character. The dub just sucks. Tai is an awful character. Taichi is actually really well written. It's very tragic. The Adventure Cast gets it so bad. There's like not a single character that's good in the dub for Digimon Adventure. Poor Mimi and Joe just getting their character arcs removed though. Like that one's really unfortunate. They're just like, no. Your crests got changed, so we just have to remove all of your scenes. Feels bad, man. Feels real bad. The Joe one is, like, especially bad for how it bridges into the rest of the franchise, because Joe's crest becomes, like, a reoccurring theme throughout most installments, where most series just have a crest of either sincerity or willfulness, depending on how it's translated. Like, that became one of the main, like, archetypes that they use for characterization. So it just, like, really sucks. Just because, like, Joe was so awkwardly localized. So now people don't even, like, recognize when that character arc is used in other series. Feels bad. There was that one time where one of the villains had, like, Joe's crest. That was cool. Cross Wars had a lot of neat ideas. Though I'm pretty sure I'm, like, the only person that's a Cross Wars stan on this planet. Is that where we want that arm? Yeah, that seems fine. That seems fine. Granted, I'm not thrilled that the new game is like, oh my god, look, it's the Olympus 12. And I'm like, who the fuck cares about the Olympus 12? That was always a quarter of the Digimon lore that I've always been like, these guys. Like, oh well. Who? That's about right. Dab. They're one of those, like, really big lore teams in the Digimon lore space, you know? Like, they're meant to be, like, up there with, like, the Royal Knights and stuff. But they, like, don't get featured in anime series, almost never show up in, like, the video games. I think there might be a manga with them. But they don't do a lot. But they always like to go like, oh, but the Olympus 12, though, like, on occasion. And I'm like, no one cares other than specifically Apollomon and Dianamon, because people grew up with Digimon's story, Dawn and Dusk, so... Those, like, the only two people really like. Then, you know, you have the people that are really into Venusmon. I get it. I have a friend that, like, loves Venusmon, but no. Not my cup of tea. Granted, at least now, like, the Olympus 12 will have a chance to be cool, I guess. Like, that's something. I think for me, I'm just like, oh, cool. We're getting Olympus 12 support in the card game. Maybe these other names will be playable. Probably not, but, like, yeah. Maybe, like, Time Stranger will be, like, a good archetype. Oh, hello, Alex. Eh. But then again, I've also, like, never really loved any of the Digimon story games. Eh. Like, I thought Cyber Sleuth was really boring, but that's just me. Just got back from the Daft Punk experience. Oh, I see, I see. Remember a lot of, like, friends always making fun of me because, like, what is it? Back in the day, you know, I'm not a music guy, right? So I just assumed it wasn't Daft Punk. I would always say it as Daft and Punk, because I just assumed that it was, like, the names of those characters. And so all of my music buddies started calling it Daft and Punk from then on out, just to kind of make fun of me. It was very good, very good. Polymon or Leomon? I mean, Leomon's hotter, but, like, how they chose to write the Death General version of Apollomon / Whisper, pretty compelling. That's one of those story arcs in Digimon that I think people, like, don't give a lot of credit for. Because I always think, like, oh, that says a lot about, like, Taiki as a character, and is a good moment to show off, like, how cool a member of the Olympus 12 is. Okay. I mean, where Garurumon just good. Like, he just is. It's fine. Like, no worries. Like, I prefer the personality of Ostamon versus Where Garurumon. That's because I'm a terrible, terrible person. I don't think Ostamon's hotter, though. I think Where Garurumon is hotter. But, ooh, that personality attached to Ostamon. Very good. We love a gaslight, gatekeep, toxic masculinity over here. Like... The new Cyber Sleuth? Well, new Digimon story. Like, that's the... That's how that franchise breakdown is. It was a weird one where Cyber Sleuth got a sequel. Midquel. So now people are like... Yeah, because we never really use the name Digimon story that much in English. So a lot of people forget that that's what that sub-franchise is called. Hopefully this will actually have a good localization, unlike Cyber Sleuth. Because that game was a pain to, like, read through. Like, I complained about it earlier, but just like, oh god, the machine translation in that game kind of sucks. Yeah, That was, like, one of the first big returns of Digimon to America, so they just didn't know how to localize the Digimon names or, like, anything. It was kind of bad. Like, they ended up, like, taking out references to other installments of Digimon, which was a bit of a shame as well. Like, ooh. Like, I forget, like, almost every time, like, there was a pun based around butterflies, it would be, like, just hard translated or removed. And it's like, oh, well, that's supposed to, like, be a reference to adventure. Like, okay. Fine. The complete edition on Switch then? No, it's still the same script. They actually, like, didn't it's still machine translated. Cyber Sleuth is just, like, really unfortunate that, like, the English script is just really bad. Kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Hopefully this next time will actually be pretty decent. Because that's, like, always been my main criticism of Cyber Sleuth, is just, like, the English release is horrendous. Which is, like, just really unfortunate. Granted, I feel like it really only is noticeable if you like avidly consume Digimon product, which like you should never. That's a franchise that like feels like suffering to interact with for too long. I say as someone who never left the Digimon fan base post-adventure. Like, I just stuck with the brand my entire life. Do I like everything? Not at all. No, like, no. But, you know, we endure. I feel like I got off better than Pokemon fans, you know. I do feel that much. I'm sure people would disagree with me on that, but I do like how at least once a decade Digimon tries to really like move the franchise forward into the next generation, and that's something I never really thought Pokemon did. Which, like, I know that that's, like, a weird subject for a lot of people. God, I don't know how to draw feet. Let's see here. Then go back to adventure the next year. So it looks like that from an English perspective. Like, definitely. It's one of those things where if you actively keep up with Digimon, you realize, like, they'll try 2 or 3 real experiments over the course of, like, multiple years. None of it really pans out in a major way, and then they do an adventure thing. It will do significantly better than everything produced in the last 7 years, and it creates bad habits. But we'll only get, like, in English, we'll only get, like, 2 or 3 of those projects over the course of those 7 years. So it looks a lot worse from our end, right? Like, it is what it is, right? Like, did anybody read Seekers? We have, like, 3 light novel series, multiple mangas right now, and a book series. Is anyone keeping up with any of that? Nah. I asked around if people even knew what Digimon Seekers was, and the answer was always no. Like, always no. And it's like, oh man, this was supposed to be like the book series to, like, appeal to teenagers. Granted, I didn't care for it that much. I thought the main character was insufferable, but that's just me. Like, I almost wish it was about the girl or Leon instead, because I hated Edgy. Like, for one thing, his name is Edgy. Like, they spell it like edgy, like, yeah, you know, like the Japanese way, but like it is pronounced edgy, because he's an edgy guy. And I'm like, that's a little too much for me, friend. That's a little too on the nose. Don't know if I can go with that one. Like, I get that, like, yeah, Seekers was a weird experiment. But like I said, no one interacted with it, so Lugamon will forever be in obscurity. Unfortunate, because his Evo line is really cool, actually. It's like, oh, cool, a Fenrir-based Digimon. And they really wanted him to feel like the next generation thing, so he also has the X code. He is an Xcode type Digimon. Okay. Unfortunate. There we go. But that brand's always like a thing. I also don't really care for Liberators that much. Like, it's cute, but the characters are like the most basic archetypes. And let's face it, it's just a commercial for the card game, which is really funny. That the most commercially like successful part of the Digimon franchise is the card game. Always has been, but so it is funny that Liberator's entire thing is like, yeah, we're just here to advertise cards. Part of me also assumes the same thing for Time Stranger, honestly. Because we started getting the Olympus 12 a while, like about a year, about like a year and a half ago to 2 years ago, which would have been during the development cycle of Time Stranger. So it's like, I'm like, okay. And then last year they started printing them with the Olympus 12 trait. So it's like, But we know we're getting in a Time Stranger set, so. Let's see here. Kind of want his shirt to like be a bit more baggy down there. That might just be me. There we go. Move on to his tail. Though honestly, I'm not looking forward to like playing Time Stranger 2 too much. Because there's been some like rather annoying writing habits from them. There we go. Let's see here. Doesn't look great. You can tell I'm not a foot guy. I'm so bad at it. get rid of that layer. Yeah, okay. Yeah, We'll try to give this a bit more form. It won't be good, but that's fine. You sleep till 1 p.m. where you are. Look, that just sounds relaxing, Q. That just sounds nice. I usually sleep like 7 to 9 hours, depending. it is what it is. Which I hear is like a normal, so like, eh. nickname. Forgot. We need to close that. Here we go. Ah, hello, Bear. Just finished Light My Way Part 7. Ah, fun. Yeah, that game's neat. Not sure how much people are enjoying it. I'm thinking of maybe when we hit Part 9, I'll throw up a poll to see if people actually want me to continue it or not. And upload to Part 10, of course. But... Like, I'm enjoying that game. I think it's neat. But I still want to be uploading things that people actually, like, want to watch. So I think I should put out a poll and ask that. If you enjoy it, then do it. Ah, that's not how YouTube works, friend. As much as, like, I would like to simply upload what I want to, that's not really a feasible thing on this platform. Because, boy, there was a while there where I was making, like... I know these numbers are gonna sound low, but, you know, it's YouTube, but it's like, I was making, like, $40 to $50 a month on YouTube, which, you know, not not sustainable. But, you know, that was nice pocket change to have, to suddenly getting $5 a month on YouTube. Because people just weren't interested in what I was uploading at the time. So that's something that, you know, I do worry about, but like that I kind of have to. It's why I always ask, like, are people enjoying this? Like, and I get a lot of haven't watched it yet. So, you know, that's telling. Because one of those things, like, if what I'm currently uploading isn't doing well, it means YouTube also takes off everything else from my channel out of people's recommendations. So, like, my back catalog also does very poorly when the main stuff I'm uploading does really poorly. So it just, like, cascades in a weird effect of, you know, I'll go from making $50 a month to making 5 to 10, right? All VN readers took a hit. I mean, you say that, but then I swapped to uploading something popular and the channel immediately bounced back. So, like, you know. It's like, cool, start uploading Smoke Room. The Smoke Room playlist now quadruples in viewer rate, like, for the month. Which then brings up views on everything else on the channel. Like, I've been doing this long enough to know how that works. Like, yes, did some of the YouTube changes make things worse for viewership a month ago, like last month? Yes, but I understand that how that affected the analytics versus how the normal things affect the analytics. Hello, Shelky. You know, it's like how when I was uploading, what was it called? 922 for like 2 or 3 months straight. That was a huge hit on the channel. It really was. Like, I'm glad I did it, but that was a... Oof. Like, revenue got cut in half on the channel. It wasn't as big of a hit as when I was uploading Undefeated, which is why I will probably never play that game again. Because that killed the channel for several months. It was very hard to bounce back from Undefeated. Because that was the game that was like, wow, that did so poorly that I did go from $50 a month off of YouTube dollars to $5. .22 was really interesting. Yeah, I thought it was a very well-made VN, but you know, that doesn't secure viewership, right? And that is something that, like, I do have to think about. I know people don't like that I have to think about that, but that is just the reality of things. I didn't know you got revenue from YouTube. Yeah, it comes and goes. It really depends on what I'm uploading. Like, some months I'm like, wow, I can, like, have pocket change for the month. That's amazing. And other times it's like, I have a net loss producing things on YouTube. You know, some months are better than others. You know, there's a reason why I'm uploading Burrows right now and not Rain Check. And that's because I want the channel to bounce back a bit. Will I ever play those last 2 updates for Rain Check? I would like to, but I would also like the channel to be in a spot where I can take that hit. Of having like 2 months without having 0 viewers, right? You know, it's kind of the same, really unfortunately, with like Chinya, where like that game doesn't do that well unless someone's making tweets about it on social media. You know, that's a playthrough that has always done poorly, except for the one time. Burrows got too weird. Yeah, but people watch it. So like here we are. And people watch it consistently. Like like, I guess the emergency button would be like, I start uploading extracurricular activity again, which I never want to have to do. But that's also the best performing playthrough I've ever made. So... I don't know why, but it is what it is. You know, like there's a reason why I stopped uploading Killigan's Treasure, and that was because that game like actively tanked the channel for 2 months straight. And like, yeah, I would like the channel to be in a state where I don't have to think about things that way. I would need about 10k more viewers for that. And I don't think we're ever really getting there, so just kind of one of those tragedies, right? It's probably why I'm looking into like other things I could be doing on YouTube to try to like, I don't know, mitigate that a bit. Here we go. Like, I've legitimately gotten asked, like, am I going to make another Digimon video essay since there's a new anime coming out? And I'm like, I guess I have to, because literally nobody that is in, like, the Digimon YouTube space talks about, like, that franchise in the way I would. So it would be different, I guess. And by that I just mean, wow, I'm gonna talk about the show's creative side. Let's talk about the staff members, because no one ever does that for some reason. What kind of things were you thinking of? Like, I would just, like, make a couple more of those, like, video footnotes, as I like to call them. Because, you know, I don't make video essays. We make video footnotes. It's now been, like, 8 months since my last one, you know? It is on this channel. Hilariously, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Video I did? Yeah. Oh, like, of course, Bear. Like, I do have, like, a dedicated fan base that'll just, like, watch anything I put out, and, like, mad respect. Love you guys. But, like, that's, like, 5% of my subscribers. So like, I love you guys, and I do want to continue making content, but I do need to like make sure the channels are like doing well, and that is like a concern that I have to deal with. So it is what it is, and that is like a my concern thing. Like, because like I know that I am like one of the one of the lowest subscribed channels that does this, or at least like the Furry VN stuff. So it just kind of like is what it is. Like I remember, like I almost stopped doing it when Darian left, because I knew that was always going to be like a rough transition for the channel. Because it is always weird getting asked, getting comments about that, like, oh, how come you don't do playthroughs with him anymore and things, and it's like, bro, one, that's not your business. Two, if you're a Patreon, you would still see him on occasion. Once in a blue moon. There we go. Also, speaking of other things I'm doing, what do you all think of Murphy here? Let's get like a... is there not a easier way to... That is not the brush I wanted. There we go. Because there I'll upload a new sprite and this key art later tonight. Another character. Let's see here. I keep telling myself that I'm gonna make like a big Patreon post about this game, but like, I'm lazy. Deserves some Murphin. Terrible, Ian. Terrible. Yeah, because I have sent out to some buddies a proof of concept build for build one. Some people, just to see if they liked what I've made so far, and people are like yeah. Like, I'm not very satisfied with it, but I kind of rushed that out just to like have things for people like to look at. But it seems like people are enjoying it for what it, like, that small build for what it is. Which of course, you know, good sign, but it's still gonna be a while before I can make like an official build one that I can put out to you guys. Yeah. Let's see. Man, what am I gonna do for dinner tonight? I'm like thinking about that, and I'm like, man, what do I have in my in my freezer? I think I got some ground beef. I don't got any bread though, so I don't think I can make burgers. Bowl of frozen corn. I don't have any frozen corn. I do have a bag of just like frozen mixed veggies, because that's what I get. So I get the bag with like corn, carrot, green bean, that kind of mixed veg. And I do like just putting that in stuff. I mostly use it as an ingredient in stuff. Like if I make soups and things, I just pour a bag of that in there. Pick out the frozen peas and eat them. I don't know about that one, Chief. Like, I'm not like my sibling. I'll actually eat frozen peas. That's fine. Though I'm that person that, like, I can't eat canned peas. Like, canned peas and canned green beans, I can't do it. Like, fresh or frozen, yeah, that's fine. I don't know if that's weird, but there are definitely several, like, canned foods that I'm just like, I can't do it. I can't do it, man. Like, I think the only, like, canned thing I typically get is, like, canned mushrooms. Because mushrooms go bad real fast if you get fresh mushrooms. Like, you basically have to use them the day you get them. So, you know, we get canned mushrooms as well. Though typically I'll only use canned mushrooms for soups and things. A handful of frozen veg to ramen. Yeah, I get it. I do that too. Like, that is a favorite thing to do for me. Give me a second, guys. What a time to join it on the stream. You're terrible, Ivan. But hello, hello. It's like, you guys are terrible. The lot of you. It's an important detail. You shut up. Like it really isn't. Let's try to round out there. Oh my god, Ivan, please! You can't be saying stuff like that. Truly terrible. I think this turned out okay. For like a couple hour thing. Probably could have like done better on some of the proportion work, but whatever. It's fine. It's just a stream drawing. Thanks for this meal. You're terrible. You're terrible. Look, for some people, they just like to have their arms like that. It's normal. Some people just find that relaxing. My friends don't do that anymore. They would like stretch and like have their arms behind their head like that, and I'd be like, ah, I see, putting on a show, and then they would immediately put their arms down. Especially if they were in a tank top. They're just like, nope. Those cowards, they are. Look, a lot of people apparently don't like the idea of a gay man complimenting them. I call that cowardice. But it is what it is. But all right, everyone. I'm going to wrap it up here for the night. So I do hope that you all have enjoyed, and I'll see you guys around. Have a good night, everyone.